and every angle. Expect nothing but the unfiltered truth.
News first, niceties later. Watch me, Nabila Jamal, on India.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's mother, Heeraba, passed away at the age of 100 this morning. The Prime Minister flew to Gandhinagar. He is fulfilling his responsibilities both towards his Ma and Bharat Ma. During the course of the next half hour, we get you details. I'm Gaurav Sawant. Let's get started with the headlines at 5. Cricketer Rishabh Pant meets with an accident in Roorkee, has a narrow escape when his luxury car hits a divider and catches fire. Pant is grievously injured but fortunately out of danger. Startling allegations by Tunisha Sharma's family. Her mother claims Tunisha's death could be murder. Police level sensational charge, says conversations between the two look suspicious and some WhatsApp messages have been deleted.
उसके बिहेवियर में जो चेंजेस आ रही थी टुनिशा के, कभी उसकी माँ को अम्मा, उसकी बहन को बोलना और मुस्लिम अपना धर्म अपनाने की उसको करता था.
High drama at Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Vande Bharat launch event in Bengal. BJP cadre chants Jai Shri Ram. Irked by the chants, Mehta Banerjee refuses to take to the dais and sits on the platform. Amidst China's COVID mayhem and B5.7 variant scare, India reports its first case of black and white fungus in Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh. Football legend Pele passes away at the age of 82 after a prolonged battle with cancer. World mourns the death of peerless Pele. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's mother, Heeraba, is no more. She passed away at the age of 100 at the UN Mehta Hospital in Gandhinagar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi flew to Gandhinagar. He tweeted about the demise of his mother. The Prime Minister offered floral tributes to his mother's mortal remains and hailed her as a selfless karm yogi. The Prime Minister then turned a pallbearer for his mother's mortal remains, carrying Heeraba's body on his shoulder. The Prime Minister was visibly emotional. Tears rolled down his face as he performed his duties as a son. Heeraba's last rites were conducted by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his brothers at the Sector 30 crematorium in Gandhinagar. The Prime Minister followed all the rituals of last rites. Industrialist Gautam Adani and former Gujarat Chief Minister Shankar Singh Waghela were also present. Emotional scenes were witnessed outside the Prime Minister's mother's house. Family members and neighbors bid a tearful farewell to Heeraba. They also celebrated her 100-year-long life. Hours after lighting his mother's funeral pyre, the Prime Minister was back at work. He flagged off the 6th Vande Bharat Express in Kolkata, of course, via video conferencing. The pillar of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's strength, his guru in a way, his mother, Heeraba, passed away at the age of 100 early this morning. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his brothers were pallbearers at the mother's last rites. He also posted a heartfelt message announcing the demise of his mother on social media platform Twitter. We bring you more on the Prime Minister's mother's passing away and the bond the two shared.
The Prime Minister losing the biggest source of inspiration in his life. His centenarian mother, Heeraba, breathed her last. Prime Minister's mother passed away at UN Mehta Institute of Cardiology and Research Center in Ahmedabad at 3:30 a.m. on Friday. When Heeraba was admitted on Wednesday, the Prime Minister had left all his work to meet her. On Friday, the Prime Minister was back to bid final goodbye to his mother. In Gandhinagar, the Prime Minister paid floral tributes to his mother's mortal remains kept at his brother Pankaj's residence. Prime Minister Modi and his brothers turned pallbearers, carrying the garlanded body of their mother as per the customary Hindu rituals.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi looks so emotional. There are tears rolling down from Prime Minister Narendra Modi's eyes, and he himself is over here.
Once the body was placed in ambulance, the Prime Minister spent a few moments in silence with the remains of his mother. The body was then taken to Sector 30 crematorium in Gandhinagar for the last rituals. The stoic Prime Minister applied haldi and holy potion on his mother's body before consigning it to flames. Modi and other members of the family then gave a customary mukhagni, formally lighting the pyre. And the last rites were kept intensely private, with only Modi family members being present. The family had asked BJP leaders, workers, union ministers and chief ministers to stay away from the last rites and instead focus on prior engagements. In an earlier Twitter post, Prime Minister wrote that a glorious century rests at the feet of God. In Ma, I have always felt that Trinity, which contains the journey of an ascetic, the symbol of a selfless karma yogi, and a life committed to values. He further wrote, when I met her on her 100th birthday, she said one thing, which is always remember that work with intelligence. Live life with purity, that is, work with intelligence and life with purity. With Saurabh in Gandhinagar, Bureau Report, India Today.
The Prime Minister was very close to his mother, very inspired by her. My colleague Saurabh Vaktania now joins me for more on this. Saurabh, the Prime Minister repeatedly spoke of the sacrifices that his mother had made for the entire family all through her life. He wrote about it, he spoke about it, he was very proud of his mother. But here was the son today who fulfilled his responsibilities towards his mother and equally towards Bharat Ma.
Yes. Absolutely, Gaurav. Let me tell you that Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the entire family was very proud of Heeraba because the hardship she has done her entire life to bring all their children. Remember, they did not even have money to buy single-time meal. In fact, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi did not have proper uniform while going to school, and such was the hardship they faced. In fact, Heeraba used to do household work, and her dream was one day that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will rule the entire world, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi in fact has fulfilled that dream of Heeraba. And today when she is no more, the entire family is right now together over here at Pankaj Modi's residence in Raisen, Gandhinagar, and all the Hindu rituals are properly been followed. And let me tell you, once the final rites are over, according to the rituals, the entire family sits together at their house. They have some food which has been made, they eat together, they sit together, and that is what has been followed. But remember that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, after the final rites, straight away went to Raj Bhavan. He clearly sent out a message setting up an example, saying that how the country comes first, and the important development works which were to be inaugurated, both the events he attended through VC. He was there at Governor's house very late afternoon, after which he has now reached over here at Pankaj Bhai Modi's residence in Raisen, Gandhinagar. Behind me in the visuals you can see he's over here for last half an hour, and what we have been told that from here Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to go back to Delhi. Another information which is coming, that the Pratna Samaj which has to be held on Sunday, it is going to be from 9 to 12, and it's very unlikely that Prime Minister Narendra Modi may be visiting that particular Pratna Sabha. Back to you, Gaurav.
And I believe that Pratna Sabha is at Vadnagar, and Vadnagar is where Prime Minister Narendra Modi was born. He worked there at that railway station. He studied there. That's where the Pratna Sabha will be. Saurabh, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. Now, the Prime Minister's mother passed away at 3:30 this morning. President Draupadi Murmu expressed condolences. She said, she tweeted, and I quote, "Heeraba's 100 years of struggle is a symbol of India's ideals." Defence Minister Rajnath Singh wrote, "I am deeply pained by the passing away of Heeraba. The death of a mother leaves such a void in one's life that it is impossible to fill." Union Home Minister Amit Shah also paid tributes to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's mother. He said that the entire nation stands with the Prime Minister and his family in this hour of grief. Condolences, of course, continue to pour in from across the world, and of course political leaders cutting across party lines within the country. Bengal Chief Minister Mehta condoled the passing away of the Prime Minister's mother. Congress President extended his heartfelt condolences to the Prime Minister. NCP leaders took to social media platforms saying that the journey of a century and the sacrifice and dedication have come to an end. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra too condoled the demise of Heeraba. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra wrote on social media platform Twitter, "May God give place to the departed pious soul at his holy feet." World leaders also offered their condolences to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, Nepal's Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachand prayed for the departed soul.
Respected Prime Minister, today is a sad day for you personally, and it's a great loss, of your personal life. I pray to God, may God give you the strength and bless you so that you can love your mother with your action and your activity.
My sincere and deepest condolences to Prime Minister Modi and his family members. May they be blessed with strength and courage to bear this loss. Our prayers are with them.
एक सादगी भरा जीवन उन्होंने बिताया और कर्तव्य हमेशा ईमानदारी से निभाते रहो, ऐसी सीख उनकी थी। ये एक मिसाल है, एक आदर्श है ये देश को और दुनिया को। और आज वो हमारे बीच नहीं रही है, ये देशवासियों के लिए बहुत ही दुखद है। हमारे देश का ये बहुत बड़ा नुकसान है। महाराष्ट्र की ओर से मैं उनको भावपूर्ण श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करता हूँ।
The Honorable Prime Minister has been bereaved by the loss of his mother, Heeraben. There was a very, very strong bondage between mother and son, we could have seen, and we have seen it from his Chief Minister days. The love and affection was really ideal mother and ideal son. And Narendra Modi ji always visited her in spite of his busy schedules. He never lost the opportunity to see her, to be with her, and spend some really good time.
Prime Minister described his mother as a karmyogi, following in his footsteps. Like a karmyogi, he got back to work hours after lighting the funeral pyre. But a Samajwadi Party leader has insulted that sentiment, it seems. Samajwadi Party's leader IP Singh took to social media platform Twitter to say that Prime Minister Narendra Modi ignored Hindu sanskars and participated in a government program. IP Singh tweeted, and I quote, "एक वो हिंदू बेटा जिसने सभी हिंदू संस्कारों का मान रखते हुए 13वीं तक सब कुछ त्याग पिता की आत्मा को शांति हेतु पाठ किया," where he perhaps refers to the image of Akhilesh Yadav in one image, and the other picture he says एक वो बेटा जो हिंदू संस्कारों को नकारते हुए सूतक में शुभ कार्य प्रतिबंधित होने के बावजूद मां के निधन के उपरांत सरकारी कार्यक्रम में शामिल हुआ। हिंदू कौन हुआ? The BJP, of course, has hit back at this, what it's described as a very insensitive tweet by the Samajwadi Party leader. Shehzad Poonawala has said that the Prime Minister's only fault is that he keeps the nation above family. I quickly want to cut across to BJP's Shehzad Poonawala, who joins me on the broadcast. Shehzad, the Samajwadi Party leader is actually targeting the Prime Minister for attending a government function where he's talking about ease of business, ease of living for the people of this country.
Gaurav, on a day like this, when we mourn the loss of a mother figure to all of us, not just to the Prime Minister, on a day like this, the Samajwadi Party has shown its true mindset and culture. Here is a man, here is PM Modi, who keeps his kartavya above personal gum and grief. Here is a man who puts Mother India before his own loss, personal loss, in a sense, of his mother. Here is a man who puts Rashtra above Parivar. And instead of celebrating and lauding the fact that here is a son who is doing his duty to his mother Hira and also to his mother India, he performed all his duties as a son, as a Hindu, and all the funeral rituals. And after that, he got back to his job as a Pradhan Sevak to serve Ma Bharti. So instead of lauding him for putting nation above Parivar, you have a man here trying to play petty politics and making these disgusting, snide comments. It shows that for some people, Parivar is everything and nation is nothing. And I would remind you, Gaurav, since you are also, a connoisseur of history, Patel-ji, Sardar Patel, when he was arguing one of the cases, he had learned that his wife was no more. He got the telegram, he read the telegram, and he kept it in his pocket, and he continued to argue the case. I'm just grateful that IP Singh was not around then, otherwise he would have called Sardar Patel also some kinds of names.
This indeed is unfortunate, the kind of name calling that's being resorted to. But what would the reason be? We're also trying to get a reaction from the Samajwadi Party for this. But what would the reason be? Is it the quest for the Hindu vote, in your view, Shehzad Poonawala?
Gaurav, this is not just quest for some vote or vote bank. This is actually personal hatred. You know, these Parivarvadi dynastic parties, they are so elitist and they have so much hatred and venom filled for somebody like Narendra Modi ji, who is a non-dynast, who puts his nation first, even above his own grief. They can't stand him, they can't tolerate him, and therefore this entire ecosystem of dynasty politics and parties, they choose every occasion, including an occasion such as this, to target him, to vilify him, to abuse him, to insult him, and they will spare no occasion. And therefore, in that hatred for Modi, in that hatred for a non-dynast, they have come out and said this. Of course, it's evaporating fast in Uttar Pradesh, so they feel that every occasion is a good occasion to resort to low-level politics.
It does appear to be the case, and for benefit of viewers who are just joining us, I once again want to tell our viewers that a Samajwadi Party leader has tweeted on Prime Minister Narendra Modi attending a government function after the last rites of his mother Heeraba, where the Samajwadi Party leader has put out two images, one of Akhilesh Yadav and the other of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, where he says एक वो बेटा जिसने सभी हिंदू संस्कारों का मान रखते हुए 13वीं तक सब कुछ त्याग कर पिता की आत्मा को शांति हेतु पाठ किया, और एक वो बेटा जो हिंदू संस्कारों को नकारते हुए सूतक के शुभ कार्य प्रतिबंधित होने के बावजूद मां के निधन के उपरांत सरकारी कार्यक्रम में शामिल हुआ। हिंदू कौन हुआ? We leave our viewers to decide who is a better son of Mother India. I leave you with these images. Time now for us to slip into a quick break. Lots more coming up on the other side of these messages. Keep watching India Today.
ಅವನು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಲಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ವಿಶಾಲವಾದ ಭೂಮಿನ ತನ್ನ ಊರಿನವರಿಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಡ್ನಂತೆ.
ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಜಾಗವನ್ನು ವಾಪಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ದೈವ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಮಾತಿಗೆ ತಪ್ಪಿದಾಗ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
Rishabh Shetty's Kantara opened in theatres on September 30th, much to the delight of his die-hard fans. The film received rave reviews, which helped it emerge as a big hit in the Kannada box office, and has also become the highest rated Indian movie on IMDb with a rating of 9.6. This means that it has a higher rating than biggies such as Yash's KGF 2, which has 8.4, and S.S. Rajamouli directed RRR, which has 8. Written and directed by Rishabh Shetty, Kantara is a period action thriller that explores the traditional culture of Kambala and Bhutakola. Rishabh plays two distinct characters in the flick. The cast includes Kishore, Achyut Kumar, Sampati Gowda and Pramod Shetty. Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
Not just Suhana Khan, Khushi Kapoor and Agastya. There will be other debutantes as well who are expected to light up Bollywood in 2023. Topping the list is actor Shehnaz Gill, who after delivering performances in various Punjabi films has bagged a big one, as she will be making her Hindi film debut alongside Salman Khan in Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan. Salman had been sharing glimpses of his look every now and then. The makers had also released a teaser of the actor in which he can be seen in a rugged look. Shehnaz, who shares a special bond with the superstar from her time in Big Boss, is elated to be a part of this project.
तो आपने फिल्म में एंट्री दे दी तो फिर मेरे को थोड़ा तो अब जलवा दिखाना पड़ेगा ना.
Shehnaz was last seen sharing screen space with Diljit Dosanjh and Sonam Bajwa in Hausla Rakh.
डिवोर्स ਦੇ ਕੇਸ ਨਾਲ ਨਾ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੀ ਕਸਟਡੀ ਵੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਮ ਕਰੋ.
ਫਾਦਰ ਕੱਲਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਂਭ ਸਕਦਾ ਜੀ.
ਸਾਂਭੂਗਾ ਤੇ ਤੂੰ ਹੀ.
For 5 years now, Rahul Gandhi has made a pronounced and visible effort to amplify his Hindu identity. The effort aimed not just at crafting a distinct identity for the Congress's de facto boss, but also to shake off the stubborn reputation of the Congress as a minority-focused party. And the man who called out the Congress's confusion between the majority and minority communities has belled the cat again.
ന്യൂനപക്ഷം മാത്രം പോരാ, ഇന്ത്യൻ ജനങ്ങളിൽ ഭൂരിപക്ഷ സമുദായം ഹിന്ദുക്കളാണ്.
After the 2014 debacle for the Congress party, A.K. Antony had famously blamed perceptions of the Congress as a Muslim-focused party for the disaster in the polls. The shape that Rahul-focused campaigns have taken since then suggest that the party was paying attention. From 2018's famous claim that Rahul was a Janeudhari Hindu, to his Kailash Yatra to the abode of Lord Shiv, to the sudden spate of temple hopping that's become part of Rahul's to-do list. But the fact that party veteran and former Union Minister Antony has felt the need to bring up his word of warning again is both significant as well as a hot potato.
ഇവിടെ മുസ്ലിമിനെ പള്ളിയിൽ പോകാം. ഹൈന്ദവ സുഹൃത്തുക്കൾ ആരെങ്കിലും അമ്പലത്തിൽ പോയാൽ നെറ്റിയിൽ തിലകം ചാർത്തിയാൽ ചന്ദനക്കുളിയിട്ടാൽ ഓളം തന്നെ അവർ മുതു ഹിന്ദുത്വ സ്വീകരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു സമീപനം, ആ സമീപനം മോഡിയുടെ ഭരണം വീണ്ടും വരാൻ മാത്രമേ സഹായിക്കുകയുള്ളൂ.
The appeasement politics of Congress party today has been called out by their own senior leader. But in 2014 also, when they lost elections, A.K. Antony report had come but no action was taken. Now it depends on the Congress if they will introspect or they will continue to walk the path of appeasement politics.
Sniffing an opening to attack, the BJP has launched at the Congress, taunting Rahul Gandhi while he takes a break from his Bharat Jodo Yatra. But beyond the love-hate narrative that leader after Congress leader is trumpeting, A.K. Antony's advice goes to the root of the Congress's attempted revival. Its first test will be in Karnataka, a state infamous for a communally charged campaign between Savarkar and Tippu, uninterrupted polarization on religious lines, and a vitiated atmosphere in the coastal belt. Can the Congress blur the lines between the minority and majority, or have Antony's words simply darkened them? Bureau Report, India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
A bright, joyfully lit Christmas tree stands in the middle as people throng around it. That was Mariupol 2021. A year later, the same place is strewn with debris from the war-torn theatre razed by Russians. The fate of the historic drama theatre of Mariupol is the story of Ukraine under Russian invasion of 2022. Two days before Christmas, Russian authorities started demolishing the remains of the Mariupol theatre. A day before the festive day, Russia-appointed authorities erected a massive Christmas tree in the city.
I took a photo for my daughter to show that they are preparing for the holidays here. They probably want to distract people, lighten things up, but I think everyone is not in the mood.
The renovation is still ongoing in our apartment. It's cold. It's 5 or 6 degrees Celsius in my apartment. What kind of New Year is it?
The upscale hotel on the outskirts of Kyiv is now a rehabilitation center, housing children who have experienced the horrors of the Russian invasion. These children have experienced nearly 10 months of war.
A 12-year-old child found his brother without a head when he was riding a bicycle not 10 meters from the house. It is very sad.
In my opinion, such measures help the children to regain childhood. At least for an hour, they can believe in miracles again and believe that adults are good. They can believe again that fairy tale heroes can come. Saint Nicholas can make dreams come true.
Since the first day of the Russian invasion of Ukraine on 24th February 2022, UNICEF records claim that 2 million children have fled war in search of safety across borders, with an additional 2.5 million children being displaced within the country. 60% of these children now are forced from their homes as attacks on urban areas continue, paying the price of a year of war on their homeland.
Parlando dei bambini.
Speaking of children, let us think of the many children in Ukraine who suffer so much because of this war. Let us think about the Ukrainian children in this time of feasting when God becomes a child. The majority of those that I have seen here can't manage to smile. It is grave when a child loses the capacity to smile. These children carry within themselves the tragedy of that war. So inhumane, so harsh. Let us think of the Ukrainian people this Christmas. Without electricity, heating, and the essential things they need to survive, and let us pray to the Lord that He brings peace as soon as possible.
8-year-old Sasha Titarenko is a lucky girl. she, along with her family, left Zaporizhia and took shelter in Russia. Vladimir Putin chose Sasha's postcard from the New Year tree of wishes and gifted her a trip to the residence of Russia's equivalent of Santa, Father Frost.
Hello, Sashenka. Do you like it at Father Frost's?
Very much.
Great. What did you do there today and yesterday? And what did you like most at Father Frost's? You had tea there, right? With Barankas.
Russian state TV showed the phone conversation. 14 million Ukrainians displaced, including 7 million living as refugees abroad, are not as lucky as Sasha. For them, Vladimir Putin is a villain.
Народные республики Донбасса обратились к России с просьбой о помощи.
The People's Republic of Donbass asked Russia for help. In this regard, under Article 51, Part 7 of the Charter of the United Nations, with the approval of the Russian State Federal Council, and in accordance with the Friendship and Mutual Assistance Treaties with the Donetsk People's Republic and Luhansk People's Republic, ratified by the Russian Parliament on February 22nd, I decided to conduct a special military operation.